I'm the Chambers County District Clerk Patty Henry, and you're listening to Texas County Voice, a podcast for all 254 counties. Thank you for listening.
Hello and welcome to Texas County Voice. I'm Lisa Ogle with the Texas Association of Counties. This summer, TAC has been hosting judicial education roundtable meetings around the state. These small group sessions give county judges a chance to speak openly about the issues facing their counties, and this year the focus is on mental health. I asked judges at the first session in Waco in McLennan County what they get out of these roundtables. You'll hear from Lee County Judge Frank Malinak, Knox County Judge Stan Wojcik, and Comanche County Judge Stephanie Davis. To start, here's TAC's Judicial Program Manager Stephanie Moreno to discuss why we chose to focus on mental health this year.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for bringing me along to the Judicial Roundtable in Waco. We all know mental health is a hot topic right now. What's making it such a challenge for counties?
Well, hi, Lisa. For our counties, every county is dealing with mental health issues. Over the last 50 years or so, the population in Texas has grown tremendously, but our mental health beds, the beds that are available by the state, has decreased. And so people are in need of resources, and instead of increasing those resources year after year, we've actually seen a large decrease. Recently, the state funded several new hospitals to put more beds in rural counties, give that accessibility to the counties, but that's a 5 years out solution. And so counties are trying to just be creative and talk to their neighbors and figure out ways to deal with this issue, and that's why we wanted to bring them together so that they had that avenue to talk to their fellow county judges.
Are there any specific challenges that they're facing, especially in smaller counties, that are coming up in these sessions?
Yeah, so the jail is a big issue because a lot of people who are committing crimes have some sort of mental health issue, some sort of related mental health issue. And so as they're being booked into the county jail, they're needing mental health resources, and oftentimes our smaller counties don't have those resources available. This individual may sit in a county jail waiting for a bed to open up to 6 months. I mean, we are seeing individuals with mental health needs sitting in our county jails. Now, our jailers are not doctors, they're not nurses, they're not trained for that. And so our counties are doing what they can. They're training their employees, they're giving them some resources. There's telemed now where a mental health professional can talk to someone who's in jail over the phone. They can be 5 hours away in a larger city and be able to get to this individual and do an assessment almost immediately. So we have found some solutions to stop the bleeding essentially, but it's short term, and really those resources just aren't currently available for most of our small counties.
Why is it important for counties to focus on mental health?
Because the state isn't doing it as much. Someone has to address the needs of people in crisis. Our county officials are the first line of defense. They're the people who see their constituents on a daily basis. They're the ones who are left holding the bag in these situations and just trying to provide services to their community.
Is there anything else that you want county officials or constituents to know about this particular topic?
When I see people complaining on Facebook about homelessness or why isn't anybody doing anything, county officials they are working every day towards finding solutions to address mental health in their communities. Our sheriffs our county judges our commissioners are putting money in budgets to deal with this. They're doing the training. And so, I hope that people understand that it's often behind the scenes and our elected officials don't always get credit for it, but they are working tirelessly trying to figure out how to answer this issue without raising taxes on their community. They're trying to be creative about it. They're working together. They have mental health officers in their sheriff's office. They have mental health caseworkers in their public defender's offices. They're trying to figure out ways to work together regionally to address the issue. A lot of our commissioners and judges sit on the boards of their local mental health authority. They're meeting monthly to try to figure this out. They're applying for grants through the state to try to get funding for these. But they're working on it every day. So I hope people will realize that.
Now we'll hear from a few of the judges who attended this judicial roundtable.
We're here at the Judicial Roundtable in Waco. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Frank Malinak. I'm county judge of Lee County. I'm in my second year in office.
What brought you to the Judicial Roundtable today?
Quite frankly, I was low on judicial hours, and I got to say that the Texas Association of Counties does an outstanding job in their training. My background, I retired as assistant chief of the Texas Rangers, and so I've had training for 30 years from all variety of agencies and educational platforms, and I've got to say that the Texas Association of Counties is some of the best training I've ever had.
Have you been to one of these events?
No, I have not.
Okay. What have you thought so far about this particular one?
I like this setup, and I will be doing more of these.
What is it that you like about it?
Just the interaction. I hear ideas from other county judges from all around this table, and these ideas lead to problem solving, so that's the benefit of this.
Is there anything in particular that you are planning to take back to your county?
Well, yes, some of the issues with mental health, that's just an epidemic in the state of Texas right now. And I can't say any particular issue, but I've learned about mental health. I've learned about some of the things that I need to look into when I get back, and I need to ask more questions and to ensure that we're doing the best that we can for all citizens of Lee County.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
You know, I would just encourage people to step out there and serve. Without service like this, literally our democracy fails. So we have to have good, dedicated, honest individuals that are willing to step forward and make that sacrifice to make Texas and the nation a better place to live.
Next, we'll hear from Knox County Judge Stan Wojcik.
What brought you to the Judicial Roundtable today?
I'd been to a couple before, and I just like the atmosphere. I like it's casual and it's more of a conversation. Nothing against lectures. Lectures can be good, but I think you can learn a lot more talking to your fellow judges sometimes, especially ones that have been in office a long time.
What did you think about the topic yesterday? Did you take anything away from it that you might think about for your county?
I guess the main thing we take away from all of us, I could tell yesterday, was we're pretty frustrated with the states. They're getting better, but in the past, the states added towards mental health, and there not be enough facilities or beds. We closed state hospitals years ago. We had state hospitals everywhere, and some people got put in there for life, and so I can see why they did it. They threw them in a state hospital and left them, but they didn't replace it with anything. They just closed them and figured, well, they can just go into the local hospital or the local mental health authority or the local private facility. Well, that didn't work too well, especially with the state. It's doubled population. So I've lived here since '81, and the state's doubled in population, but they didn't double the ability for mental health. Come on to Texas, you know, it's like, which is great to a point. I think it's time to close the gate, but they kept saying, come on down, come to Texas, you know, we're great, we're business friendly, and it's wonderful. But you got to have the other facilities too. You got to keep up with the population.
Did you already know some of the judges that came to this Judicial Roundtable?
I didn't know him well. I knew who they were. You know, I'd met him once, maybe or twice at either probate school or spring judicial or something like that. Because most of these judges are central Texas. We usually don't see them out in our West Texas meetings. Because a lot of the judges out there, there's some of the things I go to, are a lot of more smaller county judges. When I say small, when people in here say 14,000 people is a small county, no. We're talking 3,500. That's a small county, and to me. And so, but a lot of them, like Bell County, things like that, we're talking 400,000, 500,000 population. But the problems are all the same, it's just on a different scale.
Do you often reach out to other county judges?
I do reach out to some, and some reach out to me. I reach out to some that I've known have been in office a long time, and then we have some that they're friends that reach each other. We have a question we don't know, neighboring counties, things like that.
Why do you think it's helpful for judges to come to this type of event?
Because we discuss all of our problems and our solutions. Some of these people ran across something I never have, or vice versa, and you can learn a lot from that. And it's just a nice atmosphere. You got 10 or 20 people versus 150 people in a room. Some people, when there's 150, they don't want to raise their hand and ask a question. Years ago in the military, they taught me There's no such thing as a stupid question unless they ask it twice. But it's a joke. But people are embarrassed. They don't want to ask a question, feel like, oh my God, I should know that. And it's easier when there's 10 or 12 people. I really enjoy these, and I'm glad they've got more of them scattered throughout the state. I think it's a nice way to learn in a small group.
Finally, here's Comanche County Judge Stephanie Davis.
What brought you to the Judicial Roundtable today?
Oh, I love any kind of program that TAC puts out. The information, I just soak it up because it's so invaluable to take back to the county and share with the other elected officials. And it's so enriching to sit down at the table with other county judges that could be facing the same or similar challenges or circumstances in their county and to learn from them.
Have you been to any of the other ones before?
I have been to some in the past, yes.
What have you gotten out of this particular one?
The legislative updates are incredibly helpful, and just listening to the other county judges and how they have implemented some of the legislative updates into their county, and just making sure that we're doing what's required and we're keeping our county on track.
Are there any things that you want to take back to your county after this?
Yes, I've learned a lot about AI, learned a lot about the DWI changes and juvenile changes, and so there's a lot of things, I've got a lot of notes that I'm taking back.
Why do you think these particular opportunities are valuable to other judges?
Coming to the table with other judges from around your region and being able to exchange ideas, being able to voice our challenges, our concerns, and come away with some solutions that we might not have thought about in our county on our own. And also being able to contribute to some of the discussions and things that we've done in our county that maybe they haven't thought about. So it takes all of us.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I love TAC. I just love the education that they provide, the camaraderie that they promote amongst all the county judges and the elected officials, and that they're always there and available for us just a phone call away. And that is such an incredible resource for us.
Are there any things you want to pass along to your constituents or to other counties?
Just keep plugging along with what we're doing and listen to our constituents and get involved in county government. We're the government that's closest to the people. We see you at the grocery stores, we see you at church, we see you in the courthouse, and come and talk to us and let us know what your concerns are and help be a part of the solution.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Texas County Voice, and a huge thank you to Judge Malinak, Judge Wojcik, and Judge Davis for their insights about the roundtables and the topic of mental health. Later this month, Stephanie Moreno will join TAC's executive team as Associate Executive Director, and we will welcome a new Judicial Program Manager. Stay tuned. Meanwhile, there are still several roundtables left for county judges to attend and put their heads together on how to address mental health. To learn about and register for all upcoming TAC events, please visit county.org. Till next time.